a little bit, how do I say this? It doesn't fully reflect it just yet. Because even though in terms of the raw attack speed, AP Bren with their Brody don't have that. But we know the Brody just hurts when he pushes the towers, when he already has that first damage item locked in. So it should be okay, but they might want to look at it.
Well, for AP Bren, there's a lot of burst, so we're looking for them to get to sustain the damage. It's very right here, right now, or not at all for AP Bren. So they need to find that in the clapback. 2 picks for them after Blacklist gets 1. Looking for one more ban. X-Ball taken out here out of the equation by Master Basics. And there goes the Matilda. What's left for the Hitman?
Let's see, his traditional roamers are still available. Kufra could be a possible pickup here. Joe as well. Florin maybe, if they still want to go for the healing route.
Yeah.
It's rare that we, I can't even recall if we saw, no we didn't. Yeah, we didn't see Renergy pick up an Estes this regular season. So they'll pick up the Valentina. We still don't know what the Hitman is going to be playing. They're really going to be adjusting.
Rafaela? Do you think he'd
go
that? Do you think he'd go that route?
Yeah, they've done that. Their reposition, good. Yeah, actually, the Rafaela might be an okay pickup. However, that makes puts a lot of pressure on Yue to be able to make the most out of his Terrifies.
The only reason I say that is because, again, when you have that Fairness there, you lock in the Valentina, that's great. You now have your case for another realm as well. But you want to extend that fight a little bit further. You pick up the healing, right? You get, and which right now is Rafaela. That could, because so far, the trend, we've seen a lot of these extensive fights, right? Taking their time, a push and pull, if you will. So that might be a good choice. There's an interesting answer from AP Bren.
This is looking like a Dyroth jungle potentially for Kyle TC, and then an Arlott EXP lane putting the Edith at the roll. Wow, okay, so they really chased Armor Shred. So it's a different idea. The magic damage isn't completely up theirs. For AP Bren, yes, the Faramis, but it takes a long time. The Edith... that much for damage if they're later in the game, but they're going for armor, physical defense reduction, and making the most out of the damage of the Brody and the Arlott. Blacklist, what is the roamer here? Kufra's really looking good to me now, but no, it's that. We mentioned it earlier, it is the Diggy last pick.
Alright. Master of the Basics digging deep, knowing Coach Ducky's deep hatred of Diggy. It's the bane of his existence. He's putting it in the hands of the Hitman.
Yeah, so look at the draft index now. Objective a little bit better for AP Bren. Their burst, that's what they're chasing here. Burst in spades. So it's kind of similar to how Echo approached the draft against Blacklist International. AP Bren wants burst so that they can force ultimates and utilities outside of Blacklist.
Given the Arlott here, I'd read that as a way for AP Bren to actually try and win bigger fights when they're ready to blast them. Watch out for the Smart Power prediction, folks. At some point in the game, a poll will show up. You only have until the timer runs out to comment your prediction with the hashtag SmartPowers MPLS12.
One lucky commenter who guesses correctly will win a redeemable in-game code. Remember, keep an eye out for that poll.
Safe to say, for AP Bren, once they hit that mid-game power spike, they have just one thought in mind: burn out the time's journey.
Once they can get that out, it'll be way easier and safer for
Yuk,
them.
kita masuk ke in-game-nya.
Here we go, game number 1. AP Bren versus Blacklist International. And I gotta say, great adjustment from Blacklist International. Started off with the Martis first pick. Let's not let what happened earlier in the weekend happen again.
Game is a Super Marco Olhem. Don't forget to comment your answer for live chat with the hashtag SmartPowersMPLS12. So let's see actually how long Renjay will be staying in the gold lane with Olhem. If he's going to be there for a long time, that might actually force Owen to park himself with his gold laner over there in the bottom lane. But AP Bren will get the first little wander. So the way I see it for AP Bren, a lot of the condition actually goes not just into team fighting, but how they handle the rest of the map. Of course, you know how the Diggy loves to play, and you play around that kind of ultimate. If Blacklist will do that, AP Bren needs to be able to trade in the sides. It can't just be all team fight, all objective fight. They have to get towers as well.
You know, and at the same time, I guess my biggest question is how well will this Dira jungle work? Because, you know, I know that it can have success, but I feel like it does take a little bit longer for it to get going, to work, and then you're kind of, you know, your weak point is when you're approaching those objectives, you might be a little easy to pick off and whittle down in comparison, right, to the Marches across from you.
I mean, it's less miserable as a fighter jungle in the Dairoth to do Lord dances, because we've seen how assassins do, right? Nolan can't even get in there. But here, this time around, it's more of the mobility. That's what bothers me. And again, we have been very hard on Dairoths all throughout the playoffs, and by we, I mean me. I hate it when Dairoths come into play, but now I'm a little open-minded about it, right? Especially since they're first to the scene here. AP Bren, Kyle Teasy wailing away.
Yeah, and it looks like AP Bren will get this turtle without a problem, and Blacklist gameplay is going to be this. Help out OHEB in the gold lane. Super Marco is having a difficult time there. Will Ogwen finally park himself there? And AP Bren, let's see if they can continue this momentum. But it's not them in control. It's Blacklist just playing a slightly more reserved playstyle for now.
Folks, I didn't notice, but check this out. So far, every team that wins the first game in a series wins 6 out of 7 times. I'll take those stats.
That's what is that percentage? That's 6 out of 7?
6 out of 7, I'd say that's 80-something. Quick math. 80-some%.
Something like
Win
that.
rate.
I was thinking 90, but I trust you more with the numbers.
Yep. My teacher in grade school said I was great at history, so checks out.
Yeah, there's a lot of numbers in history, a lot of dates. So let's see when these two will next see each other for their next date. Looks like downward rotation for Blacklist International. Seems like it's going to be a full 5-man once it gets there. Really want to pressure Super Marco, but Oakland's there for the vision.
Yeah, and with this, you can see already they're paying attention a lot to the gold lane, right? But relatively, nothing happening here. And if you're considering a lot of these early games, you know, this is kind of just unusual. Usually there's something happened before that first turtle. Since it was given up, they're just going to go ahead and find their position here.
Yep, AP Bren with a very small lead. Tippy-toe rally back and forth here, 100 gold between them and Blacklist. Oh, wait, there's a huge presence down bottom.
I think they're going to go for it again. Sensui already taking a half. Quite a bit of damage already. Again, first game series, right? In best of 7. They're just kind of feeling each other out here. How are things going to unfold? Again, we've got 20 seconds till that next big objective.
These two teams right now, they have a good understanding of each other's rotations. Let's see if they can commit GTP.
Gonna fight for this purple buff. Want to force Sensui out of it. He is at half health, and it's taken.
Oh, Kyle Easy guilty of 1 count. 4 minutes in. Turtle spawning in 3.
Okay, so now that means Blacklist International might be a little bit more reserved and cautious with trying to compete for this next turtle. Let's see how they equalize it, because now after closing in on 5 minutes, AP Bren is controlling majority of the map. The biggest problem right now really is that gold lane, but Super Marco, kudos to him, he's handling it really well. But Yue, look at him going down.
Yeah, so they trade the objective again. As you mentioned, down still in the bottom lane. Really trying to just feed OHEB here for the most part. Give him the best early game that he could really have. But like you said, I think Super Marco's doing an outstanding job based with that pressure here.
Currently 5 minutes into game number 1, AP Bren building up quite a bit of a gold lead onto OHEB here. What is that, 300 gold between him and Super Marco? Yep. So that's what all of those rotations, all of those little moments that they trade off elsewhere on the map, that's where it's going.
All right, the question now is who's going to be able to take or force a fight first, because we're at this point where if you lose the fight here big time, you're going to lose first towers.
There's the onward, Sensui. Go ahead and Moral Coral has the rest of the team here to help him out. Kyle Teasy in the front. Is he going to be able to withstand this? Never comes through. Still going to be fighting. Sensui will finally fall, but the answer, Kyle Teasy goes down as well. It's a 1-for-1. The junglers for each other. Now what do the teams do from there?
Okay, so AP Bren can try to get a little bit more lane equilibrium. How easy fell down, but Fugue, man, we've praised you all season long, but wait,
Edward. He does have that body of Smith POS. The final slam. Beyond toss him over. And the defensive penalty zone out.
All right, Reptar, you were saying?
As I was saying, beautiful little exchange there.
That was beautiful.
It's okay if you interrupted me, Super Marco. Totally fine. We get another kill though. there, but yes, Fuse timing with the nether realm, very clutch.
400 gold ahead now, AP Bren. I could have sworn I saw a smile off of Coach Ducky's face as soon as Marco cracked Renegade open. What's the item game looking like, and how do you explain this? OHEB is still up by 500 gold off of Marco despite AP Bren calling the shots the past minute.
Well, he was actually able to maximize the gold that you could get from the shielding, and most importantly, that usually means that OHEB was able to maximize the last hits on the minions over Super Marco, which is understandable because Super Marco has just been pressured all game long.
Right now, Flap Teasy, the one taking some pressure. Gonna be fine. Final slashes the minions in, clears them out. Turtle secured again for AP Bren.
100% of all of those first half objectives went over to AP Bren, and now we're seeing a major lead. 1,000 gold ahead, 7 minutes in, relatively low kill count game. What's the next move here for AP Bren?
Well, at some point they are going to have to find a pick-off or a skirmish somewhere because Blacklist, little by little, are doing their traditional things, what they're known for, playing the map game, getting farm for OHEB, as we pointed out the gold lead later. So they're going to need to try and force something, but just be very calculated about it. Because right now, Blacklist International's lineup with the Martis, that's its biggest threat is its counter punish.
All right, well, with that said, we really haven't seen much of a play here from Sensui, and we know what Marcus are like, what Marcus says are like. They want to snowball, and so far, going into this game 8 minutes in, 0-1-1, Sensui's yet to pull out anything. Quick push up top, though. The Hitman taking down a turret, and they're looking to trade out down bottom. Tier 2 already, AP Bren.
Turning the map here, Edward still 1 versus 3. Gotta let go of this tier 2 as well. This is the move from AP Bren to set up for that first Lord here. Flapky's on the other side, trying to keep this one together, gonna take some damage. Next wave gonna be pushing in. OHEB eyeing this tier 2 turret with Renegade. They back off.
Well, that's what we were pointing out at the draft earlier. Even though the push didn't look that good for the side of AP Bren in terms of the draft index, just the raw damage with Brody alone, even with the damage reduction onto the turret, didn't matter to APB. They were able to get the tower in the bottom lane, and that was one of the keys to victory here for APB. Make sure that you can match or even play the macro game better than Blacklist International. So far, they're able to match it, and because of that sequence, they're a little bit better.
About 10 seconds until the Lord spawns, and Sensui almost gets pulled in. So far, this has been a defensive Martis. We've been seeing 9 minutes in. AP Bren approaching 2,000 gold lead. Mid lane still hasn't been cracked, though. At least Black is holding on.
These are teams who really understand the importance of that middle tower. So they rotate very quickly. Top side.
Oh, again! So
kill,
Marco by himself wins that 1v1. And with that number advantage, AP Bren might just give this one a clear go for this Lord. Blacklist International wanting to contest it though. Sensui getting in position. Final slash gonna come through. There's the flicker. The answer from Edward. Lord penalty zone. Nether realm comes through as well. Fighting forward. Ogwin goes in. For Sensui back. UA falls. And that is going to be a Lord going in the hands of AP Bren.
Look how fast it's going down. And APB again. Ogwin still continuing his season hot streak. Clutch onward to get that toss and to secure the kill for AP Bren, and you saw how fast that Lord went down.
AP Bren's lineup is so hard to turn on. You've seen Blacklist game after game, day after day here in the playoffs turn like no one has ever turned before, especially in Lord dances. But against AP Bren, against this lineup that they've drafted with the Dairoth in the jungle at its heart, I can't believe those words just left my mouth. It's working out so well. AP Bren about 4K ahead here, 10 minutes in.
Even also helps that up top, that solo kill there by Super Marco. This is his first grand finals in the MPL Philippines stage, but not his first grand finals.
Man, I gotta say this.
That's his response to being here.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
You know what's kind of crazy though? Is the fact that Super Marco dealt with how much pressure in the early game.
Yeah, no,
And where he is now.
it was a 3v1 all early game, and is it not OHEB that we talked about designs that he wants that? Now the tables have turned, shoes on the other foot, and Marco is reaping all the benefits.
This is such a good understanding of their power spike timers, and most importantly, how to get those power spikes via objectives. We know Blacklist International should do that as well, and yet so far, AP Bren has just done it better. And you mentioned earlier, Leo, AP Bren's lineup right now is so hard to turn on when they're hitting their timings right in the team fights, and so far they have been.
Oh,
I don't know, are they going to pressure this one here?
Oh.
Wave clear is pretty good for Blacklist International. As you see, they hold on to the base turrets for now, but again, that was only the first Lord. So right now, I guess a lot of this is on Blacklist International to answer what AP Bren's thrown at him.
There's a Lord coming out in about a minute and change. Marco farming out of his mind like Mr. Beast, giving out checks here. 6K gold lead here on AP Bren. They're going to start choking out all of these objectives. Grand Theft Orange right now, giving it over to Coyote. Gentlemen, I have a theory.
What?
Coach Ducky has hated on Diggy all of these years. He's figured out how to beat it straight up.
Instead of it being the bane of his existence, now he's just like, try it again, you little pal. I'm in the Hall of Legends now.
Right? I mean, I'm pretty sure it was also thanks to Coach Bren, the mastermind behind all of this, the brains behind Coach Ducky's brains. And
Hold on. It's a lot of brains.
It's
He's
so
got the
hard.
brawn, though.
That too, that too. So it's so hard to play Renegade's Diggy right now. I mean, yes, at best, I hate to say this, his main contribution to this, 12-minute game is vision and damage. That's it. Time's Journey, we haven't really seen it do much.
At the same time, if you actually look at the main progress abilities of AP Bren, it comes back quickly. It's not like they're trying to base it off of a long cooldown set. Yes, for example, let's put in there the final slash of the Harlem.
Right.
They'll use the final slash for the time trigger, and then at some point in the fight, because of the lead that they have here, that final slash will be able to come back, and Black won't have to.
Yes, kalau masuk
There's the final
collect.
slash. As you mentioned, Edward going to be in the front. He's got to back off, though. AP Bren now still fighting it for the Lord. It looks like that's the Time's Journey as well used. Blacklist International just has to go back to base and defend.
And here's what sucks about this whole engage for Blacklist. You held on. You held on to the Nether Realm.
Idol of the world there that you're watching, folks. And again, we've touted you as one of the best Nether Realm users all season long. Few saying, I can do that too, young blood.
You just mentioned how he's so good at timing the Nether Realm. He does it so well. He didn't even use it.
Yeah, that's how you know that they're good at timing it. If you don't use it, that means you're doing it properly.
So good.
Woo! Woo! Well, right now, it's up to Blacklist International to be good. They have to defend against this one. They are so far behind. Lord's still going to be up here. Turrets in the mid and bottom down. Let's see, AP Bren, do they want to actually pressure this in? We got to keep an eye out for a final slash initiation. These next waves going to be pushing in. Also, Ogwin, both have the flicker available, but right now, looks like they're happy with the two turrets.
Just to go back to the thought I was making earlier also, the final slash now, it's literally just press this button if you want Renegade to use Time's Journey. Every time he's used the final slash, Renegade was forced to use it. Again, with the level disparity, he knows,
Oh, that's it right there! That was it! The final slash to force the Time's Journey. They're gonna battle it out. No one going down just yet. Edward in trouble. Super Marco finds one, looking for another. Sensui to fall. It's 2 down for Blacklist International.
Flap for Edward and Sensui. That's a great trade. I'll take any day. Stonks for AP Bren right now. They're going to crack that inhibitor up top, and I'm guessing they might be calling it endable.
that's a bare naked base. I don't want to add an air before BNB. Can they end it?
I don't think they can. They might not have enough minions. Renegade down. Another wave going to be pushing in. 3 members. 4. Make it. Go for it. The Crystal's in trouble. They try the last-ditch effort. But AP Bren will take game 1.
Jam
This one is
1
brought to you by our
menahan
official sponsor,
Bren Esports.
MWD Life Insurance.
AP Bren,